What's up, everybody? Mount Vernon Kid here, coming to you again. Welcome back to the Kids Comic Reviews. This is pretty much episode 1 this time. I have new books now for you guys, okay, for this week. 10 to be exact. First and foremost, I like to give my prayers and condolences to the Randy Savage family. Uh, yes, we lost one of the greats of professional wrestling this week. That hit me hard because I grew up watching the Macho Man. So my condolences go out to his family as well. He's up in heaven, basically entertaining everybody up there now. And also, on a lighter note, I'd like to thank everybody. Thank you. I have reached 1,000 subscribers now. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate that very much. Very much. That means I'm doing my job. I'm entertaining you the best that I can. So thank you so much for that. Now for the comics. As I said, I got 10 for you. A few from Marvel, a few from DC, and one from Independent as well. So first off, we're going to start with Booyah. If you can see that, Alpha Flight is back. The creative team of Greg Pak and Fred Van Lint tell a great, decent story for the premier Canadian team of the Marvel Universe, the original. This story takes place after the Chaos Wars, which brought back many of the original team members. So you got Vindicator, you got Shaman, Snowbird, Sasquatch, Aurora, Northstar, Guardian. They're all back in this. And this was a really good book. It was really good. Greg Pak and Van Lint really tell a good, solid story for this team. You know, it felt like a real team book. You know, we get to see the team doing whatever they do when they're not being the superhero team that they are, and then they go right into uh, protecting and serving Canada, basically. So this was actually good. Uh, can't wait to the next issue and see how this Maxi series goes. So Alpha Flight 0.1 was actually good. Okay. Amazing Spider-Man number 661. Yeah. Uh, Christoph Gage does a pretty good job as the original teen superhero, teaches the next generation of heroes Avengers Academy. This was a solid issue, very solid. Uh, sure didn't have Dan Slott writing it, but it was actually good. Um, it was really funny to see Peter, you know, trying to teach the kids, you know, how to be a good, better superhero, how to control their powers and things like that. And pretty much all the kids wanted to talk about was, you know, his wrestling career and stuff like that. It was kind of funny, but it was another great solid issue. The fight between a certain character was actually good, and I can't wait to the next issue of Amazing Spider-Man. So Amazing Spider-Man was really good. It's Spider-Man, people. You know I can't say anything bad about it. Yeah, except for Brand New Day, but that okay. uh, Avengers number 13. Uh, it ties into Fear itself. This story takes place before the first issue and in between the first issue. Bendis and Chris Baccio. I don't like Chris Baccio's artwork. I never have. I just can't stand his artwork. But the story is actually good. It's kind of good. We also see that there might be some chemistry, and it might get a little relationship between Hawkeye and Spider-Woman. Uh, it was kind of cool to see Spider-Woman and Ms. Marvel talking, and they were like, you know, we're the only two people in the group that ain't really got a date or haven't dated in a while. And we saw like signals being thrown at Hawkeye, and and Jessica Drew in this, but this was pretty much a solid issue as well. Okay, another great book that Pak and Van Lent, the writing duo in this, Herc number 3. Neil Edwards does a great job drawing this book. Hercules is really becoming popular. People are really starting to like him now, and people, even some of his fans, even created a new costume for him, as you can see right here. He gets this from a fans. They made it for him because they was like, we like you and all, Herc, but your sash and diaper looks really dumb. So they made him a new costume. Uh, this book takes place from issue number 2 of Fear itself. So a lot of villains have escaped and made their way to Brooklyn. And as everybody knows, that's where Herc is now. He occupies Brooklyn, New York. So this was also a good story. It was really cool to see Herc fighting people like Man Bull and Griffin and people like that in this book without his powers. So yeah, it was good. Invincible Iron Man number 504. This one also ties into Fear itself. Um, Mark Fraction still knows how to write Iron Man. Salvador LaRocca, good artwork as well with Tony. Tony finds himself in Paris because of he detects one of the falling hammers lands in Paris, and lo and behold, an old villain from Iron Man's Rogues, a certain gargoyle, actually finds that hammer, and all hell breaks loose after that. But this was another good solid issue. Like I said, Fraction still knows how to write Iron Man, pretty much. Pretty good stuff from Matt Fraction. Invincible Iron Man 504. Okay, and the last Marvel book that I got, the Silver Surfer 4 out of 5, 4 or 5 limited series. Greg Pak still does a great job at delivering a solid issue for the Surfer. Norrin has the help of the FF, the Future Foundation, in this. Um, the High Evolutionary has now created his own herald from the stolen power cosmic that he stole from the Surfer, and Surfer, with the help of his friends, help him fight the High Evolutionary and his herald. It was also good because this was the first issue that Surfer actually found out from Ben that Johnny's dead, and he really sold it. They really did a great job selling it. Like, Surfer was like, if I had my power cosmic and my cosmic awareness is so keen, he would have known about it, but he didn't know about it. So it was actually good to hear that he talked about, Johnny a little bit. But this was a good issue too. The ending was really cool, and the ending scene, which gives a tidbit of what the last issue of this limited series is going to be about. But this is really good. Marvel, if you're listening, please make Surfer into a ongoing series. It's really good. Okay, so that's all my Marvel books that I got. Moving on. Batman, numbers 710. Tony Daniels and Stephen Scott as the artist. Stephen Scott does a good job at drawing uh, Dick. This is the return of Two-Face. And pretty much, if you saw Blue Goblin's review, then you should know Two-Face has lost his coin, and now he's going on a rampage, and he wants it back. He's going around pretty much massacring everybody just to find his coin. Uh, and it's up to Dick to find him and stop him. Uh, but Tony Daniels does a great job as always. Tony Daniels has done a very good job on the Batman title. Uh, the cliffhanger at the end, wow, that was crazy. Didn't see that coming. But tell me what you thought of this book. This was really good. Batman. 710. Can't wait to 711. Okay, Justice League 57. Rise of Eclipso. James Robinson and Grip Booth draws artwork. Uh, Robinson still does a really good job. Does a really good job uh, writing this new team of Justice Leaguers. It's Eclipso is wrecking havoc on, and he's not only wrecking havoc, he has basically imprisoned a lot of heroes as well as Jade, and he's after the power of the Starheart that Alan Scott has in his possession. Uh, we also see that he summons a very powerful entity of the DC Universe to battle him. And I'm not going to spoil who that entity is, but let's just say he's a badass and he's very powerful. And Eclipso actually beats this entity. Was like, what? As powerful as this guy is, it was like, what? So I'm not going to spoil that for you, but that cliffhanger was crazy too. But Justice League of America 57 was really good. Teen Titans number 95. JT Cruel does a great job writing the Titans, and this still is the adventures of the Titans are battling not the Greek gods, not the Egyptian gods, but more of the Hindu gods. And we also get to see more of the character Solstice in this issue. We also get to see Superboy cut loose a little bit in this, so it's always good to see Connor cut loose. Don't be fooled by this picture, the cover of Ravager kissing uh, Superboy, because looks can be deceiving, actually. But this was actually a very good story. Uh, but it makes you wonder, like, what's going to happen to the team, because at the end, pretty much half of the team is pretty much captured by the god Rancor. So, but this is actually good. Teen Titans 95, really good. And the last book comes from Boom Studios, Boom Entertainment, Boom Studios, and that's Soldier Zero, number 8. As you can see, uh, Dan 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 Abed and Andy Landing tell a pretty decent job. Out of the 3 Boom Studio, The Traveler, Starborn, and Soldier Zero, I like my favorite. Number 1 is Soldier Zero. Then comes The Traveler, and then Starborn. Uh, a solid issue once again. I like what they're doing with Captain Stewart Tanman. Uh, the Soldier Zero outfit is pretty much an alien parasite for those who are not reading this, and you can kind of mix it up with Green Lantern mixed with the symbiote and things like this. But it's another good solid issue for Stan Lee's Soldier Zero. Uh, can't go wrong with Stan the Man. Uh, but another good issue. I do recommend people to check out Soldier Zero or The Traveler or Starborn. You'll really enjoy them. But Boom Studios knocks another one out the park again. Okay, guys. So basically, those are the 10 books for this week that I bought. Tell me what you thought about them. Have you read the issues? If not, um, and I'll be back next week with another roundup, because I think next week is going to be really huge. But other than that, this is Mount Vernon Kid. Once again, peace.